The country collapsing financially, the GDP shrinking, the joblessness exploding. Everything a lie. 22% real unemployment by all the real indexes. The government says 10.2. Everything's a lie. The money's a lie. No silver, no copper in it now. Just like Mexico 20 years ago took all the real metal out of their money. We're just like Mexico now. We're just like North Korea. We're just like Mexico. It's going to get worse and worse and worse. There's no doubt this is a virulent, aggressive, predatory power cult. And all the criminals, all the control freaks, all the pedophiles, all the sickos, all the bullies, all the tyrants, all the power-tripping people, who's a hiring? The local government, the state government, the federal, the international. It's exploding, growing, tripled under Bush, quadrupled in the first year, less than the first year of Obama, the first 8 months. Just growing like cancer in every organ, cancer all over your skin, cancer in your brain, and they're just cramming more tumors in as fast as they can, laughing and smiling and giggling and licking their filthy, degenerate, scum-filled, maggot head lips. And it hit me this morning. It hit me as I was charging down that treadmill jogging. It hit me that I knew this was a cult. I knew the government, the New World Order, was a cult system, but I didn't consciously get it. They don't want you outside of their government training centers where your children are trained to be prisoners. And I want Kurt Nimmo, I want you to find those Michigan articles where they did drills, where they didn't tell the kids they were attacked. They've done them all over the country where they come in and announce, we're going to kill you, we're homeschoolers, and blow up a bus in the parking lot and everybody starts crying. I interviewed families involved. I want to add that. The famous Minnesota case where we interviewed the lady, where they came into the portable buildings, the SWAT team, and said, we're going to kill you. Went on for an hour. They're setting the precedent to march in unannounced and say, we're going to kill you, just to test their drills and to get away with that psychological hardcore abuse. To take you into body scanners and scan you and save your naked image of you and your children and your family and let everybody know they're doing it and they don't care what you do. And letting you know, hey, the banks took $28 trillion the last year. They're going to take even more. And to have the head of the Treasury and the head of the private Federal Reserve get up before Congress, the House and Senate, over and over and over again and say, we're not going to tell you where the money is. We run this country now. We're going to take it and you're going to like it. And we're going to put you in prison if you don't buy health care that you can't afford. And then if you can't afford it, we're going to say you're destitute and the CPS is going to come take your kids. That's what's going on. It's a cult. They want you in their public schools. They want you in their corporate system. If they can't get you on welfare or get you in the criminal justice system, they've passed 1 million laws. There's over 1 million in this country. You know that? All the state laws and the rest of it. Over 1 million. What is there, 400 and something thousand federal laws and regulations? Ignorance of that's no excuse. They're all color of law and enforceable garbage. And they come in, they say, you're going to put your children in our schools. All over the nation, state courts in California and others are ruling, we own your children. Actually says the state is the guardian, the state runs the children. We allow parents to raise them. And they're waging war and demonizing homeschoolers all over TV, all over the media, implying they're pedophiles, implying they're criminals, implying they're abusers, implying they dumb their kids down, when it's the opposite compared to the rest of the government, the state, and the media. They're the best group out there in every statistic. And how dare a family move to New York, move to that town, how dare a family move there, think they're in a free country, think they can raise their children, they put their mugshots all over television, and then the police come and arrest them. The school didn't send a letter, they came and arrested them. How dare you think you are going to raise your children? How dare you not be our slaves? That's what this is. This is slavery. The federal government, in its own documents, states that they are going to use the schools to take over the community and the society. And that's where they train your children how to be prisoners, how to thumb scan to get their food. Remember 10 years ago, people got mad at kids at school lunches having a thumbprint. People knew it was Big Brother. Now it's full body scans. Now it's warrantless blood sampling on the sides of the highways nationwide. Now it's troops openly on the streets. And you know what comes next? The arrest. The arrest for your political views. And every few days I see articles where a neighbor sees an old man, it's almost always in his garage, working on guns at his bench before he goes hunting or shooting. And the neighbor gets scared and calls the police. The police go, yeah, he had 11 guns and 2,000 rounds of ammo. That's nothing. It's an arsenal. And then I go look up the state law in Vermont or Massachusetts or Texas or California when I see these newscasts. And to my horror, I already knew what I was going to find. There was no law. They're arresting people when there's not even a law. They're predators. They want your guns. They're criminal. They're rogue. They're outrageously filthy. CBS News 6. Parents arrested for failing to register homeschool kids. A Montgomery County couple has been arrested on child endangerment charges for failing to register their children with the school district.